Hello guys, this is Parisis and this is Formula Sim Racing 2015 World Championship Round 1 Melbourne, Australia. This is my Q2 lap, 315 kph top speed as we go for the turn 1, hard braking and third gear, be careful on the exit not to cut. Here the second DRS zone, again top speed is around to 90. Second gear, down to second gear here, careful on acceleration, watch for the wheel spin and always two wheels on the curb. Continue here, flat out for this right hander and we go down to third gear for this corner, a bit tricky on the brakes here, use as much curb as you can. Flat out here of course for the easy ride, and this is the more difficult part for the brakes. Yeah, you can see I had a little bit of real locking. Full speed now, we're going for the fast chicane in Australia, and a little bit of off throttle and sixth for me, just a bit, to keep the revs up, and continue for the right hander with third gear, down third gear, braking here. I was very easy on this corner, I didn't want to risk much because it's one lap, you only have one chance for this lap. Also as well here on the second gear, the left front tire was a little bit on the air there, but you want to get the car straight as fast as possible to use the DRS in the last corner, and yes, that was my Q2 lap and it was good enough to take the pole position. And now we are for the formation lap. A little bit about my season. I'm racing for Twister Racing. Teammate is David Greco. We have a sister team, Too Fast For You, and the drivers there are Petra Berlak and Mohamed Patel. I have a pit engineer, a pit manager, George Manusakis is his name, and he's helping me with making the car perfect for me and plan the strategies for the races. Generally, in the formation lap, you want to be very careful with your tires, not to hit them up, not to have any block or lock or something, because it will have a big influence on the performance of the tire. So you want to use as less as possible. You see now that I am a little bit behind of my right spot on the grid, behind the yellow line, and that's because I wasn't able to see the lights, so I took that position. And my eyes are on the lights now, and the lights are on. A good start, a little bit of wheel spin, it was very good, and looks clean, it was clean. In the turn 1 I made a little bit of a gap, maybe half a second there, and everything was looking very good. I had Daniel Kiss behind me, who is a Twister driver driving in Ace. He's just making this round for another team. I knew that Danny had a very good pace in the race pace, but all I had to do was keep my mind clean and just drive like I did in practice. That's the end of lap 1. The gap is maybe 7 or 8 tenths. Always in the actual race, your race pace is not as good as in the practice, so I had to live with that and just take as much as possible as I can from the track, from the car and the tires. And this is lap 4. This is an incident from Quico. He lost the car there, and I think Johnny Simon hit him. Yeah, that was a very nasty accident. And here we are in the end of lap 4. I had Danny between a second from me, so he was able to use DRS, and I knew he had a very good pace, as I said before, but I was really comfortable to keep him within the DRS zone, because I knew from practice that Even if you were so close, you were not able to pass the guy in front if the guy in front doesn't make an actual mistake. So we are on lap 11 right now, and the pit stops are starting. Me and Danny both pitted together. It was all about who will make the better pit entry and pit exit. I practiced a lot on this in the testing seasons we had in Twister. I want them to be perfect, the pit stops, because I had many mistakes last season. And I came out just ahead of Danny in the pit exit. I didn't cross the white line there. It was a good pit stop, clean, nice one. And me and George were very happy with how the pit stop came out to be, because I kept the lead of the race. And talking about George, it's a real benefit to have a pit manager as a driver, because you can focus on how to drive the car and be perfect in every corner, and you don't have to think about strategy or the gaps. But here is lap 15, and look what happened to me, guys. Yes, I frozen just like this picture. This is another angle of the incident. Basically my computer freezed completely, so I couldn't do anything about it, and it was the end of the race for me. It was really unfortunate. It wasn't the start of the season that I wanted to, but I'll keep the good things from this race and continue in Malaysia in 1 week. So see you there, guys.